The coalition in Queensland is not without hope when there are people like 29-year-old Sam O'Connor. I might add he's just 29. He won the seat of Bonney on the northern Gold Coast 3 years ago when he was 26. He scrambled in on preferences such that he went into the election holding a marginal seat, 1.7%. Why, amidst the coalition carnage, could this young 29-year-old get a swing in the primary vote of 8.7%? Put another way, he got 43.9% of the vote at the last election, 52.6% on Saturday. He's turned a two-party preferred from 51% to 60%. And indeed, with only 65% of the vote counted, which I might say is a disgrace, he almost has as many votes as he achieved in the whole of the last election. This is the future of the party, properly managed, and I suspect the young man's in a hurry, but we're not good at cultivating the talent amongst young people. He's done the hard yards. He's got an arts degree in political science, a science degree in biomedical sciences. He's also worked as a bartender and a courtesy bus driver, so the DNA is good too. His great-uncle is the former Queensland leader and Deputy Premier, Sir Llewellyn, or as we all know him affectionately, he's now 85, Lou Edwards. He'd be proud of this young man, Sam O'Connor, and he joins us from the Gold Coast. Sam, congratulations.
Thank you, Alan. Good to be with you.
How do you turn the primary vote from 43% to 53%?
I'm still figuring that out myself, but it's been a lot of hard work. As you pointed out, I only just scraped over the line at the last election, and the only reason I won that seat, it was built as essentially a Labor seat. We had most of the Labor voting areas on the Gold Coast. The only reason I won last time was I picked up a 10% swing in the most Labor part of the seat, which I don't know if this is a coincidence, but it was in the same suburb as the local footy club that I worked at, pouring beers and driving the courtesy bus. So,
well, see, the significant thing is,
I haven't taken anything for granted.
No, I know. And you're young, you're energetic, you've got ideas and so on. But would you concede and agree that the administration and those in charge ran a losing campaign?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, we lost the election, and we have been pretty atrocious at winning elections in Queensland. In my lifetime, we've won one election, and going back a little further to 1986, that's it. We really aren't good at winning.
So there's something wrong.
There's
something wrong here.
We need to do better.
There's something wrong, isn't there? I mean, what does a young bloke like you, who's worked your backside off in the electorate night and day, knocking on doors and so on, and then on the day of the election, you see these people who are the heavyweights, behind-the-scenes men, McIver and Spence and so on Clive Palmer's super yacht? What does a young 29-year-old like you make of that?
It's certainly not where I was spending election night. I was at the local tavern. But I think the LNP structure is good in terms of you can run a very local campaign, and I think that's a big part of my success. We ran hard on local issues, from fixing the Broadwater to getting police in certain areas to upgrading individual bits of wetland. It was street by street. The party structure lets you run locally as hard as you can, and it gives you a lot of freedom to do that.
But the party structure most probably
trying to get those local campaigns up.
Quite, I agree with you. But the party structure most probably got in the way of people like Deb Frecklington. My understanding, and I know a lot more than I'm telling you, my understanding is there are people there who pull the strings, and until you get rid of them, and some people actually say that they're pulling some strings of yours as well, are they?
I don't know. The only people who pull my strings are the constituents who elected me resoundingly this weekend. I don't know anything about any other strings.
All right. You're born in Ipswich. Where'd you go to school?
Ipswich Central State School and Ipswich Grammar School.
Good on you. Wonderful stuff. Now, look, go for broke. We'll keep in touch with you. You're a youngster, but you've proved something. They like you out there. That's the key, isn't it? You now need about 47 or 48 people like you, don't you? Good to talk to you, Sam.
Well, and that's the next challenge.
Good on
Thank
you.
Thank
Go for it. Good on you. There he is, Sam O'Connor. Go for broke. We'll keep in touch.